Hey guys, it's Marissa, kitchentablestamper.com. I've got a really cute project for you today. We're gonna do this little flap top box, and I've got wafer cookies, and then there's a little separator there and a little packet of tea in the back side of the box. See that? Pretty cool, huh? So that's our project. The Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper that's coming next week has the patterns we're going to use. So this fun rainbow one, and on the back of that is the little flowers, and that coordinates with the new small bloom punch. And then it has the raindrop paper that we're going to use today, and then it's got the umbrellas that we're also using on the other side. So that's the two patterns we're using. But then the ones that we're not using today, there's this cool gingham and the hearts. This coordinates with the heart punch pack. And then there's a tulip pattern. So it's umbrellas, tulips, the small bloom, and the heart on the A sides. And on the B sides, there's the rainbows, these green diagonal stripes, the gingham, and the raindrops. So 4 sheets, 8 patterns, 3 of each sheet. Awesome new designer series paper. I need 2 scraps of Whisper White. All right, basic gray, Stampin' Pierced matte. Let's slide some of these guys to the side and do a quick bit. All right, on this block I have 2 little flower bouquets, I guess. This is from Under My Umbrella, and I'm using these 2 little small ones right here. And the Under My Umbrella can be bundled with the Umbrella Builder Punch, and when you buy those 2 together, you save 10%. So that's the star of our show here today, that and the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. Before I start the box lesson, we're gonna work on some of the little accessory pieces to get the project finished. So basic gray, I stamped my little flowers. I'm gonna set those aside for a second. And then I have this little For You greeting. It's a little cute little script. I'm gonna stamp that on some Whisper White cardstock. Yeah, that looks all right. Well, let me see. Let's see if we can get a better one. Ah, better. All right, so For You, and For You came from So Sentimental. I love this great big greeting set, but this little For You was perfect for my needs today. If you guys like that Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper, you can order it starting next week. Unless you're a demonstrator, you can order it now. But I suggest just picking it up if you love it. Don't wait to order. Sometimes Stampin' Up sells out of these things that are while supplies last pretty quickly, and the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper is while supplies last. So you can see I've lined up my little For You and the classic label punch. Then we're gonna take that and we're gonna turn it into a tag. Super simple. I've got my paper trimmer here, and I'm going to just pop this little guy in, and not quite, a little bit more than half, so like inch and an eighth, inch and a quarter. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that down. So now we've got a little tag. There we go. And got a little 1/16 inch hole punch here. Pop that guy through. And linen thread. I love linen thread. It just goes with everything, don't you think? Got a ribbon scissor right here, otherwise I tend to shred it. It's kind of wide at the end there. I was not sure about getting it through that little hole. Sometimes it varies in width, I think. There. We're just going to tie a small bow. So there's our little tag. Now we're going to do some coloring. We are coloring with the Stampin' Blends, and we're using a Stampin' Pad, which is not a non-reactive ink. Memento is non-reactive, but the basic gray is a water-based ink, so you want to color kind of quickly and carefully. I'm going to just swipe in one of the flowers on each side using my light Calypso Coral. And you don't want to pull those pigments in the gray outline into the center of the image. So try not to touch the line, just get close to it. And you don't have to really saturate here because we're just coloring, and we're going to do a tiny bit of shading, but not a lot. I'm going to shade a little bit on the yellow here where it kind of cozies up to the Calypso Coral, but I'm not going back with the light and blending it so I don't reactivate that gray pigments and drag them in. And then the last little flower here I'm going to do with light Flirty Flamingo on each one. And then add a little shadow just where it kind of budges up to the flower next to it. This one, the contrast is a little high between the light and dark shade, so I do have to do a little bit of blending there. I'm going to pop a pink center in the yellow flower. And then I've got the dark Daffodil Delight for the other flower centers. Just touch those. Leaves are light Granny Apple, and just really lightly just touch to fill those in. You're not trying to lay down, like when you color with blends, usually you're trying to lay down a solid base of color, and then you use that wet cardstock to blend and shadow. We're not really looking for that kind of saturation here. We just want a soft color. But if you're careful, you can color with blends using some of the other Stampin' pads that are in your arsenal. So there it is, cute little quick color. And we're gonna fussy cut that. Here's where I could use an extra set of hands. But when I fussy cut, I bring the object into the blade of the scissors. So you'll see I turn with my non-dominant hand, so I'm right-handed, so I turn the paper with my left hand and just open and close the scissors in my right hand. You'll also see that my right index finger is not in the loops of the scissor, it's supporting the scissor, and then you should be able to get a nice smooth fussy cut. All right, so the first thing I'll tell you is when I'm building a box, I always start with my Stampin' Up! Grid paper. So I've got that already here and ready. Let me slide these to the side. All right, so now we're going to score this paper where we worked out our measurements. So 1 inch, and then on our 9.5 inch side, we're going to do that 3 1/8, 4 1/8. Now we need another 3 1/8, which puts us to 7 1/4. Another inch, which puts us to 8 1/4. All right. So when you download the project sheets at kitchentablestamper.com and you see that photograph of that brown paper template that prints out on those, it helps you guys see where to cut away the excess and stuff like that. It helps you to see, you know, sometimes I'll write adhesive or I'll put some adhesive on there so you know where to put your adhesive, but it also helps me to next time I need to make a box, I've got myself a template resource. Now, what happens is as I do, it's about inspiration and then planning and then practice. So I decided that I didn't love the little gap that I see here. So watch how we're going to change that. So this is the one. What I want to do this time is I want to, instead of cutting out this whole section, I'm going to change this section to top tabs so it'll clean up this edge. So we're going to go here and we're going to cut out the bottom. So we want to get these tabs. These are our bottom inside tabs. I want to liberate those. And then here, instead of cutting out the rectangle like I did for this box, I'm going to try something a little different. Live trying stuff. That's never a problem, is it? So I'm going to cut that guy out. But then in my head, I want this guy to fold in. So I'm going to cut my little dart this way this time. See? So then that should, yeah, that's going to do exactly what I want it to do. That's going to clean this box up even more. So then there it is. That's what we've worked to accomplish and refine. Now, I'm going to use a little corner rounder here. And I'm going to, don't worry, all the measurements for everything, the template, the designer series paper measurements, everything you need is going to be on the project sheet on the blog in a little bit. All right, so my designer series paper, speaking of, is raindrops with umbrellas on the back. This is from the Pleases Punch designer series paper. This is 2 7/8 by 3. And then here's our little rainbow stripe pattern. This one is 2 7/8 by 1 1/8. And I'm going to also corner around my rainbow paper. All right. Then let's do some adhesive here. I've got tear and tape adhesive, and I'm going to pop some adhesive here on these tabs. So we'll fold them in, add our adhesive. And we're going to put adhesive on these tabs on the edge, outside edge here. That's the inside of the box. Now we need to flip to the outside of the box. We can add the raindrops. We want them falling down towards the bottom of our box, so watch your direction here. All right, then we're going to center our designer series paper. And then on our tab, we're going to add the rainbow designer series paper. So this is pre-assembly. Now, this little guy, we want to go this far. We'll take the release from the inside tabs, but then we're going to stop for just a second and pull our scoreboard back in. So what you want to do here is lift the back of the box toward the front and use that small tab to make your corner. And then the same thing on this side. Back of the box towards the front, and then make our corner. Now hold right here for just a minute. We're going to grab our Simply Scored one more time. And that 3.5 by 3 inch piece, we're going to put that in on the 3.5 inch side. We're going to score at 1/4, rotate 180 degrees, and score at 1/4. And then let's work these guys. Work those with your bone folder. And you're going to add tear and tape to your glue tabs. So the tear and tape is about 1/4 inch, and so is the glue tab. So it's going to hang off the edge a little bit. You can pull the release and then fold that all back. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're making another glue tab. All right, so we got our sticky tabs. Now we're going to make our little pocket in the back of the box. What we're going to do is we're going to just slide this right in all the way down to the bottom and then all the way to the back of the box. Once you've got it seated in there at the back and the bottom, then you can take your bone folder and burnish that adhesive to the sides of the box. You see that? So there's our little pocket inside. So now we can divide our treats. This would be a cute place to put a tag with a note, maybe a little folded out card. Some Ghirardelli square would be kind of cool in there. So just a fun little divided box. Now we'll take this dude and this dude. Front of the box will go to the back of the box. That puts our seams at the back. So bring the side panel to the back of the box and burnish that down. So now I think that I like this far better. See how nice and clean that corner is with those tabs in there? So this is the box that I'll work the instructions and the template for. this one you can see leaves you with a little open space at the corners. All right, let's fill this guy up. I'm gonna just drop some tea in that little compartment. I can put 1, 2 probably would fit 2. It's deep enough to put 2, even though they'd overlap a little bit. Cookies, so see how we figured that out just perfect. They fit in there really nice. All right, now, because it's a tuck tab box, I've got my layers here. We're gonna use those as a closure. So this little guy is gonna get glued flat to this little guy. These are, let me see if I can help you with that. It'll be on the project sheet, but this is your second largest stitched shapes circle. So 2 3/8 from the stitched shapes. And this is your third largest layering scallop circle, so 2 9/16. Okay, so the tuck tab closure works best when you use a little strip of dimensionals. So I like to cut from the edge of my dimensionals and pull off a strip. I close the box and then I budge this strip right up against the edge. Even if it catches the edge just a little bit, I don't care, to be honest with you. I think that it helps to hold the box all together until the receiver gets it, and it won't close it so tight if you're right up against the edge or right up just barely over the edge. It won't close the box so tight that the receiver can't get it open. So I use a strip, and then on the bottom of my closure, I add a couple of dimensionals, and then here we want to center this right to left and go just a little bit high of center. So now we've got our closure. See, holds it closed. All right, let's bring in our little colored flowers and our tag. On the tag, I'm gonna get a little half a dimensional here. And I'm gonna put that on the back end. And then I'm also going to put some little half dimensionals on my flowers. Now I'm gonna leave these little half dimensionals so that they hang off the bottom. It's okay because the umbrella is gonna cover that. And they'll be ready to go. So we got these little guys all ready to go. See that? The adhesive is exposed on that side, no big deal. All right. Now, here is our awesome Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper. And this time, I don't know which umbrella I want. We're gonna do both because we can. So the Pleased as Punch Designer Series paper is not designed to work with the shape of the umbrella builder punch. So you really do, for the best use of your paper, you need to kind of strategically plan where you're going to use. And so since I've taken this out to get these, to audition those guys, I'm going to use my punch, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop this little guy out and save it for later, because that's a great umbrella. And then I'm gonna snip that, cut across here. I think I want to try to get this little umbrella handle. Let's see if we can do that. So when you're gonna cut up a piece of this gorgeous Designer Series paper, you might as well just go ahead and really work on getting a few of the elements out so you can use the paper to its best advantage. Now you're cutting out little elements that you're going to try to then put into the punch. So you're going to need a handle. That's the only way we're going to get that little guy into the punch. Be able to see to line it up. And look at that, I don't even have to punch an umbrella handle. I keep wanting to call it an umbrella stem. I might as well just tell you, because when I call it an umbrella stem, you won't be surprised. There's that, so we got a little handle out of that bit. Now, these guys right here. Let's get this. I'm gonna punch this one. Save this awesome umbrella. All these little umbrellas just to get to the one I want. But don't worry, they will come in handy. All right, so we gotta get that one into the punch there that way. So I'm just going to Take my scissors, go back to my handle. All right, you've seen me punch enough things. There's my little handle. Oh wait, it's probably gonna be easier to go this way. All right, so here's our little closed umbrella. That's the one we're after. I think I like that. We're gonna go with that one on this little box. That's enough punching umbrellas. You've gotten the gist of the idea. To get the most out of your paper, you're gonna want to dedicate a section where you just go through and punch out some of the umbrellas. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I didn't put my dimensionals up too high because we just put dimensionals hanging over the edge on these. So when you pop these guys under the umbrella will then also adhere to the little flowers. See that? And support the umbrella, which is just designer series paper. It's not cardstock. So there's that. Where's our umbrella handle? We're going to use the one that we punched out of the paper. There's also a stamp for that under my umbrella. I'm just going to cut a skinny little piece. All right, then our long strip can go to the other side of the handle. You could just stamp the handle onto the circle, but it wouldn't extend past the edge of the circle and give you the dimension that this does. All right, both ends of that or sides of that are sticky now. There. And our tag for you. Tuck it into the flowers. There they are. We did it. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna get some pictures and finish up these project sheets, and I will see you next Friday.